is Kenny Pickett's shot at becoming the Cleveland Browns' starting quarterback, slipping away before training camp even begins? The Browns' quarterback race is heating up, but early reports suggest Pickett might be falling behind in the battle for the Week 1 starter role. Today, we break down the latest discouraging update on Pickett, what it means for Cleveland, and who else is lurking to claim the QB1 spot. If you're a Browns fan or just love NFL drama, stay tuned. And hey, before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any Browns updates or NFL news. The Cleveland Browns entered the 2025 offseason with one of the most intriguing and wide-open quarterback battles in the league. Four very different quarterbacks, all vying for the same starting spot. No clear favorite, no sure thing. It's a toss-up. And that uncertainty is what's got the Browns fan base split down the middle, or even further. At the center of this maelstrom is Kenny Pickett, a name Browns fans hoped would settle the QB question once and for all. But as we approach training camp, reports are trickling in that paint a less than optimistic picture for Pickett's chances. Let's rewind for a moment and look at how we got here. Kenny Pickett was a first-round pick in 2022, taken 20th overall by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coming out of college, he was hyped as a potential franchise quarterback. The Steelers saw something special, but his first 2 seasons in Pittsburgh were, to put it mildly, underwhelming. He showed flashes, but never quite the consistent, explosive playmaking ability you'd want from your QB1. The Steelers grew frustrated and decided to cut ties, sending Pickett to the Philadelphia Eagles in a trade that brought back a 3rd-round pick and 2 7th-round picks. For many, it was a clear signal that the Steelers had given up on him, perhaps prematurely. But the Browns, ever willing to roll the dice, brought Pickett in as part of a crowded quarterback competition for 2025. This was the moment for Pickett to prove his worth and silence the doubters, to take a new team and turn himself into a legitimate NFL starter. And frankly, Browns fans hoped it could be a storyline straight out of a movie, turning a former division rival's discarded prospect into the face of their franchise. But here's the kicker. The reports coming out of Cleveland have not been kind. During the Browns' OTAs and minicamp, insiders and reporters noticed Pickett didn't exactly stand out. Cleveland.com's Mary Kay Cabot recently shared her take on his performance during spring practices on the Orange and Brown Talk podcast. You didn't see it. I didn't see it. If we are saying that we did, we're kidding ourselves. We didn't see him pop. He needs to pop in training camp. We did not see it in spring ball. That's a blunt assessment. Pickett hasn't shown the kind of command or confidence that would suggest he's ready to take the reins this season. And in a quarterback competition this tight, not standing out can be a death sentence. On top of that, Pickett's learning curve with the Browns' offense appears to be steep. Cabot pointed out that the Browns run a complex, fast-paced system that requires the quarterback to operate instinctively, reading defenses on the fly, and making split-second decisions. She said, "You are going to have to play fast and furious, and you've got to be able to run this offense and not be thinking about it." And that's what I wonder when Pickett talks about, "Oh, I'm just getting to know the terminology, and I'm honing my pocket presence and play action, all those kinds of things." Then you can't be learning on the job. That's a major red flag. If Pickett is still feeling out the basics as camp approaches, that could seriously hamper his chances. And let's not forget, Pickett isn't the only one fighting for this job. The Browns brought in Shedeur Sanders, a former college star and 5th-round underdog, with a chip on his shoulder. Many fans and analysts see him as a potential dark horse, someone who could energize the offense and bring a fresh dynamic to the Browns' attack. Then there's Dillon Gabriel, the 3rd-round pick out of Oregon, who emerged as a Cinderella story in the offseason. Gabriel's combination of mobility, arm talent, and steady progression in practice makes him a legitimate contender. And finally, Joe Flacco, a veteran who might not be the flashiest or most exciting pick, but still commands respect in the locker room and has the trust of some players. He brings experience and steadiness that can't be ignored. So where does this leave Kenny Pickett? Right now, he looks like he's playing catch-up, and fast. The clock is ticking. Training camp is almost here, and if he wants to win this quarterback battle, he'll have to put on a show that makes it impossible for the Browns coaching staff to ignore. If he can't shake off the slow start and master the Browns offense quickly, the team may move on to one of the other three quarterbacks who have shown more promise during the offseason. For the Steelers, maybe the decision to let him go was justified. For Pickett, it's do or die in Cleveland. The next few weeks will tell the full story. So Browns fans, what do you think? Is Kenny Pickett the quarterback of the future for Cleveland? Or will someone else rise to the challenge and take the reins in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take on this quarterback battle.